Hello Internet, and welcome back to my Big Damn TV Geek vlog. One of my favorite shows of all of last year was FX's You're the Worst. I recently rewatched all of season 1 and wanted to talk a little bit about why I like the show so much and why you should all be watching it before season 2 premieres next week. In case you're not familiar at all with this show, the main arc of You're the Worst follows Gretchen and Jimmy, two total commitment phobes and self-described awful people who find themselves in a relationship despite all of their instincts to kind of run away from anything serious. I hesitate to use the term romantic comedy, even though it kind of is. Creator Stephen Falk has used the term anti-rom-com before, and I kind of like that better. One of the things I really love about this show is that it is a romantic comedy, so to speak, that feels realistic. I feel like a lot of sitcoms and TV romance plots don't feel like anything that would ever happen in real life. People do not act like that. This show totally nails what dating is like in 2015, what being a late 20, early 30-something is like as you're struggling to figure out how adult relationships work and what being a real adult is like in general. And anytime a show can ground itself in something that feels like reality, it goes a long way. I will also fully admit that I think this show really clicked with me when it aired last year because I had recently gone through a breakup and could totally identify with some of the more commitment-phobic tendencies of Gretchen and Jimmy and even some of the other characters on the show. Those emotions felt very real to me and were something I could connect with, and that's always a great thing when a show doesn't play that kind of thing off for laughs and can really connect with its audience. Of course, all of this is helped by how off-the-charts great the chemistry between Aya Cash and Chris Gere is as Gretchen and Jimmy. From the very first night we see those two characters spend together in the pilot, which, by the way, one of the more accurate and real-to-life sex scenes I've ever seen on cable television, so props for that too. We completely get a sense of how drawn to each other they are, what an attraction there is there, and how much they click, even though it completely terrifies them. And throughout the entire first season, despite the fact that they're often awful to each other and awful to everyone around them, you kind of can't help but root for the relationship to work. And that makes the series so much fun to watch. But that's enough about Gretchen and Jimmy for now. I think one of the biggest factors that makes You're the Worst such a great show is the fact that its supporting characters are actual real human beings. So much of the time on sitcoms, in rom-com movies, and all of this stuff, you get these best friend characters that are barely drawn characters that just walk into a room to deliver a joke or to listen to the main character cry. That is not the case here at all. Instead, here we get Lindsay and Edgar, played wonderfully by Heather Donahue and Desmond Borges. Lindsay is unhappy in her marriage, cheating on her husband, and overall, just kind of a disaster. Edgar is a war vet, suffers from PTSD, and he's just kind of struggling to fit back into society. As a side note, Edgar is also probably my favorite character on the show, in large part because he's the only one of the bunch that isn't the worst. It makes such a difference to the story and the fabric of the show as a whole when you can even connect with the side characters on an emotional level, and You're the Worst has done a terrific job of that. But Sarah, you might say, this doesn't sound like a very funny comedy. You would be wrong. I realize I've talked all about these emotional stories and how grounded in reality it is and what a great job they've done portraying these struggles of being a 30-something. Yes, all of that is true. What is also true is this is one of the funniest shows I watched last year. I'm trying not to spoil anything. I want you guys to watch the show and enjoy it, but there are Sunday Fun Day brunches, there's one of the best fake mustaches ever seen on TV, and a terrific Daniel Craig as Bond joke waiting for you if you dive into You're the Worst, so just trust me on this one. So that is my pitch for You're the Worst. Its first season is only 10 episodes, the entire thing is available on Hulu, you can watch it in an afternoon, I did, and it's about to be a holiday weekend here in the US. What are you waiting for? You have 5 days to get caught up before season 2 premieres, Wednesday, 10:30, FXX, write it in your calendars, and thank me later. For my fellow worsties out there, what do you like best about You're the Worst? Did you have a favorite episode in season 1? What are you most excited about in season 2? Let me know in the comments. As always, please like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel so you can keep on watching my vlogs. You can follow me on Twitter at BigDamnTVGeek, and there's a link to my blog and my Facebook page in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.